Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another Master Duel video. Today we'll be showcasing you Altergeist. Altergeist is a pretty like tier 2-ish deck. It used to be quite good, I believe, because it's a very good control-ish style deck. I'm running a Giga budget version with torrential tributes and Lost Wind. You can run more copies of Solemn Judgment if you want, or Solemn Strike, and if you're building this deck first, this is a good deck to build all your staple traps first, because this is a deck that controls the board via it's very slow. You want to control the board on the first turn with your hand traps and also traps like regular traps, and then you want to build up your board and eventually go for OTK, which is this deck's game plan. And yeah, let's just go overall. In the sense, this deck isn't really a combo deck, but there are things to remember. There are like little combos like you can do that you can use to OTK your opponent, or like stuff. But I'll just generally, because they're so like specific and so situational, most of the time I'll just tell you the general way to play this deck and the interactions between each card, rather than giving you like a whole combo guide like my Penguin video, for example. But yeah, I think this is the best way to do it. So first we have Altergeist Melusik. When this card attacks directly, you can this card can always attack directly, and when this card inflicts battle damage, you can target one card your opponent controls and send it to the graveyard. And another thing you can do is you link it off with one of your link summons. I'm also in the extra deck, I'm playing a very budget version. Usually you want to have Link Karibo, one or two more Artemis, or I mean just one more Artemis in my case, Relinquish, and Link Karibo. This will allow you to be able to get off the second effect, which will allow you to add one Altergeist monster from your deck to your hand, which is usually multi-faker because it's a one-off at the moment. You want to run one or two, even sometimes three Pukeries. This will allow you to link summon from your hand, which is very strong as long as you have another Altergeist on the field. And also once per duel, you can add this card back to the hand if you link summoned. I'm running two maxis because I don't have the third. I am waiting for the bundle. Two Siliquis. You can run this at 3 if you want. This card really helps you control the board. You can return one other Altergeist you control. It's a quick effect as well. And then target one card your opponent controls and return it to hand. So this is usually used to return your multi-faker to protect it, which is really awesome. 3 ashes, 1 multi-faker. This card's like kind of the boss monster, but not really. This guy is just your consistency. So what this card does is when you activate a trap, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can special summon another Altergeist from your deck in defense position. And there is a limiting number here. When you activate this effect, you can't use your DPE, but I don't have enough cards in this deck, so I had to kind of stuff in a DPE engine in here. So yeah, it's really important. Well, not really important, but if you have more cards, you don't need to use the DPE. But DPE is always really good because it can win you games if you're new to decks. And like I said, I'm running DPE engine. We have Marionetta in all 3 different rarities, which is amazing. When this card is normal summon, you can set one Altergeist trap directly from your deck to your spell or trap zone, and then the secondary effect, you can target one Altergeist card you control, including this one, and one monster in your graveyard, Altergeist monster, and you can kind of switch it. You can put this one to the graveyard and special summon the one in the graveyard, which can be handy. This card is pretty decent, pretty good stat line, and a relatively good starter. You can also do the Haunted Rock combo, but I really don't like. I've tried it. I tried it personally, and I don't really like it when there's only one multi-faker in this format, because it's just very inconsistent. Although you can do some wicked OTK shenanigans with it. We have one Konkuri. This will allow you to help stop you dying. The problem is you kind of just want to get through your first 2 turns. So you just kind of want to survive with this card. When you control another Altergeist monster, you can special summon this card, negate their attack, and also negate their effect. We're running 1 for 1. This will allow you to go into your starter, which is Altergeist Melusik. Running 3 Pot of Prosperities, 2 Cool Bites, 2 torrential tributes. If you don't have torrential tributes, but it's craftable, you can run combos, stuff like that, more lost wins, etc. One manifestation, this allows you to go into the Giga combo, where you allow, where when this card dies, you can add the card back. So you usually add this card back and special summon this card back, and it just keeps on looping, and you can send and you can control the board with his effect as well. One imperm, because I don't have more than one. One judgment, one strike, one imperial order. I've actually never seen this card. I've never drew this card from playing like I'd say I played about 50 games of this so far. I've never seen imperial order. 2 protocols. This is a monster negate. It also makes sure Altergeist activated effect cannot be negated. So you can do a lot of cool things with this. Personal spoofing. I thought this card was bad, but this card is so good because you can activate the effect and then return your Altergeist to your deck, right? And this protects it from any negation effects such as imperm or stuff, which is really good. It's won me so many games, and this also grabs you multi-faker as well. And then you can, use the secondary effect of it and special summon it from your hand, which is amazing. For the extra deck, I'm just running DPE, Alamirage, 2 Artemises, because I opened the Invoke pack. If you've been following along and making the same decks as I have, you have a few of these. 2 Hextias, because I couldn't pull the third one, but if you do, put in the third. Phoenix, Verde, because it helps with the DPE engine. Ningarisu, this card is a card to just pot a P with. Prime Banshee, I've never summoned this card. I summoned it once, it seemed very underwhelming. Probably just another target for prosperity. Unicorn, Memory Gun. With this card, this boss monster is kind of good. I tried it once. It's good to close out some games with, but not that great. Access Code Talker. And lastly, Underworld Goddess, which is really useful to get rid of those untargetable things. But anyway guys, let's hop into gameplay so I can show you guys how to play it. So the first replay doesn't look very convincing for Altergeist, but it's a very good duel that I did to just test out the combos and what you can actually do with the cards. I didn't really in all of these decks, I don't really go heavily into the extra decks. I feel like you don't actually need half the extra decks because the normal monsters are very good. Maybe I'm just playing this wrong and could have won the game easier, but I feel like these cards, if you just get the hang of the mechanics of these cards first, you'll be able to play the deck very easily. And look, as he maxes these, I don't use my hash because I'm not going to special summon anything. I'm just going to attack him in the face because he bricked very hard. And because the extra deck is not very useful, like at most I summon 1 or 2 Hextias, 1 Alamirage, 1 DPE, sometimes I get Unicorn, sometimes I need Underworld, sometimes I need Access Code to finish them off. But usually I'm just okay with just clicking them away with 800. And in this scenario, as you can see, I can use Silk to just return his time pendulum, which is his removal, and I can keep on doing that till the end of the game. So he just have to keep on setting it again and again. Here he doesn't do anything, so I just summon this guy again and just get up on another trap, which is really useful. This time he actually activates this pendulum, but I make sure to use the protocol, which will allow the effect to go off guaranteed. I think he targeted Silk anyway, so it doesn't matter. But I get manifestation. This will allow me to get multi-faker on my turn. This works on your turn and the opponent's turn, by the way. He ashes the effect, but I will just call by it. But I think it can't be negated anyway because of the first part of this card. The activation of effects cannot be negated on your field, which means I just wasted a call by the grave. But I kind of needed space anyway, so it was okay. And I just attack away with 2 of these guys. In this scenario, you had an option to go into Prime Banshee, but I feel like this is not that good. And then I get to swap out, as you can see, my cards for the Silk and return this card to hand, and also protect my multi-faker by returning it to my hand as well. Because like you could go into Prime Banshee at this situation, but all it does is you contribute one other Altergeist monster special summon one Altergeist from your deck, and it doesn't really do much compared to Hexia, which is a spell or trap card negate. I use my Conqueror's effect to negate this guy's attack and also negate his effect, which is very useful. And then we can now go into Hexia. Kind of did some wrong placement. Hexia has a cool icon summoning animation too, which is nice. And as you can see, you can return Pukari and he scoops from there because it's lethal. As you can see, you kind of just whittle away at your opponent, and then eventually they give up, or they just they die eventually because you're controlling the board so well. I mean, this was not very convincing because he bricked, but I'll show you games where this deck looks amazingly top tier. So this one's a short duel, but it shows you that this deck feels like top tier deck, you know, top tier, because they see a card and they just instantly scoop. So I'll show you the ultimate power of this deck. This is the ultimate win condition where I put a P into just, he's like, nope, nope, just nope, auto guys, no, I'm out. Here's the next duel. This is not just a scoop, hopefully. This time I opened up very bad. I mean, I opened 4 trap, which is basically full combo, but I need a monster, you know. So in this scenario, I got Silk, which is pretty decent. This will allow me to use personal spoofing, which will allow me to get multi-faker on the enemy turn, and basically play on the enemy turn. He uses this to destroy my Silk, but I just return it to hand. I chain it to that, and to return it to hand, he uses spoofing, and I'm like, no, I really need my faker, so I just solemn judgment it. I mean, solemn strike it. As you can see, personal spoofing is amazing. It can be used to just like cycle through your cards, and also just get out your multi-faker. And he scoops from there. Sky Striker down. Are you guys slowly getting convinced this deck's not bad? Now for the, you know, the premium test. I went against Flo and the Reese nuts, you know. Yeah, I don't know how to say it smoothly. And this deck is so good against it, actually. Because I'll say that because of the traps, it's really, really good. It just stops them from playing. As you can see, this time I go into Melusic into Animirage, which this will allow me to get multi-faker in hand, but he negates it with Ash, which is really, really unfortunate. So I just have to hope for the best here. I'm just going to DPE, but he max sees this, which is annoying. But it's only 1 card, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I have DPE plus Solemn Judgments plus Imperm. I don't know what Flo and the Reeds did. This is my first game against it. So I basically just destroyed anything on sight. Like I just didn't want to let him to play, because I know that it's relatively slow if you don't allow him to search for things. So this map, get out of here. I use DPE to get rid of it, because it's a field effect. If it's not on the field, you can't activate its effect. He goes into Ego. I use Imperm on it. No search for you. And then nice shiny Eagle though. He goes into battle phase, attacks into me, which is good. I survived the first turn, which is all you need for Altergeist to pop off. You just need to survive the first turn if you're going first. Have enough interruption to just not die. He maxes again to get my DPE, which is very, very annoying. I'll go into Marinetta. This will I'm probably going to pull Protocol. Yeah, Protocol, because it's a negate and I drew Solemn Strike, so I'm just going to set it and just attack him in the face. There we go. And I couldn't pop off that turn because I didn't have enough resources, but as you can see, my board is pretty menacing right now. He goes into Rabina, and this was the dirty thing. He chain blocks. I didn't know you can chain block, and I fell for the trap because I was half asleep. So I just solemn strike his thing in the banished area. So he got his Robina out. Really, really unfortunate. So I just solemn judgment his token. Just like, nah, you really can't play. Just don't play. You're not allowed. And then he just scoots from there. This is the power of Altergeist. If you guys are not convinced with this, in this game, I really think it can go to Diamond, especially if you craft all the staple trap cards that you need. And I think it's very, very decent against the birds. But anyway, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next Altergeist video. I've got one more set of duels to show you guys, but after that, I'll be moving on to the next deck.